Hello. All right, so this is the quail coop, and I just wanted to show a quick tip today. Something's been trying to get in here. As you can see, all these bite marks all over this thing. And look down here, especially like something. Oh, there's a fly. Something has been. Look at all these teeth marks all over this thing. And these doors are pretty flimsy. Actually, it would be very easy for something to get it open, and it's only held in by this. And if you look at that, you can see it's chewed at that as well. So today, the tip is I'm going to make a more secure latch on here using fender washers. So that way we'll have more on here, and it will be harder for whatever this thing is trying to get in here to get in. Okay, here we are. Back in the garage here. So these are what fender washers look like. They're basically large. Can you see this? No, you can't see this. It's basically a large washer with a tiny hole in the middle. And these can be converted into latches pretty easily. All you need is a vise, although actually you don't even really need a vise, but it makes the job a lot easier. And a hammer. And some screws. We do need screws as well, because we have to attach them somehow. So let's shrink this down. And what we do is we take this fender washer and we insert it into the vise so that the hole is just below the level the vise is going to grip at. So let's just keep tightening it for a little while here. Okay, now we're really close, so now we'll want to make sure, let me make sure the focus is good here. Yep, it is, okay. We want to make sure to insert it just right. We don't want to bend the hole. Okay, then we tighten that down. Let's get these off of here. We don't want to spill them all over the place. Just get a hammer. Doesn't even have to be a big one. Just do this. Now, you look at that. We have a nice sharp angle on there and a place to put a screw. So then we can attach this and create a latch. So I will make a few more of these, and then meet you back over at the quail coop. Okay, here we are over at the quail coop, and let me just zoom this a little bit so you can kind of see what I'm doing. All right, and that noise in the background are my guineas. Ignore them if you can. Okay, so we got a little thing of screws here, and here are my bent fender washers. Basically what we're going to do, let me see how these guys are doing in here. They're doing okay. What we're going to do is we're going to install 2 of these on either door. That way whatever's trying to get in here can't. He won't even be able to pry this way or like this. So what we do is we put it here, and we try to get this edge as close as we can so that when we open the door there's clearance. but so that when we turn this thing, it covers it. And we're going to use this to kind of like make a pilot hole spot. It's not, we're not really making a pilot hole, but. So let's do this. We're going to do this corner, and then this thing's got 4 doors on it. I'll just show you how I do one door, and then I'll show you the result once we're all done. Okay, put a little spot for us to start a screw in there, and then we'll get a screwdriver. Okay, so let's pick which screws we want to use here. I think we can use these guys. These look pretty good. They got a nice sharp point on them. We're just going to go right into right there. Oops. So when we do this, we want to make sure there's enough clearance between that hole and for the head of the screw. If there's not enough clearance, then you won't be able to get the screw in. And the good thing about this is, as long as you turn everything, keep turning everything the same way, you never have to worry about it loosening or tightening. So if you always turn it in the tightening direction, it'll always stay really tight. See, now we got that, that's really solid. Now let's do the bottom. And I'm going to zoom in real close so you can see what I'm doing down there. All right. So we'll grab another one of these things and we line it up. Now this has got a pretty significant gap, but what I can do on this one is put it on the bottom. We might have to shim it though, because this is raised up. Or we could put it someplace else slightly different here. What we don't want is us not being able to turn it. That would be bad. And I think this whole thing is. Well, we can put it here still. Should still cover it. I'm not blocking the way, right? Nope. Okay. And like I said, the good thing about this is you can tighten this to however much you want, and as long as you just keep turning it this way, it won't never loosen. But you don't want to turn it the other way. That will slowly loosen the screw out. Okay, here we go. Okay, too tight, so we can just back it off a little. Here we go. There we go. Give it a good couple of turns. There we go, that's more like it. All right. There. Now, nothing is opening that. This is like super flimsy. In fact, this thing gets popped like this, the quail open it themselves. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's putting these things in. And I will show you the end result in just a moment. So there was one other important thing I just wanted to point out I noticed while I was putting these latches on. Is these things, they only work if there's something behind the door. If the door can swing in, you don't have any luck. And right here, as you can see, the animal, whatever was trying to get in here, was almost successful in pushing this in. So I'm just going to take a block of wood and put it back here so that this door has something to press against. It's got something up here, and this door has a thing. The door on the top also has a thing, but for some reason there wasn't anything down here. So let's let's add something real quick. So I'll just kind of put it right here and screw it in. And we can screw it from the outside or the inside. I don't know, it doesn't really matter. Let's screw it from the inside. So let's start this right here. Save us from a little ugliness. Okay, that's pretty good. And we'll put another screw in it for good measure. Okay, where did I put that one? Right here near the top. Put one near, oops. Put one near the bottom. Hopefully whatever this is doesn't realize they can probably get in some other way. It's definitely not a raccoon. A raccoon. You saw my other video, you can't fool them for very long. They'll figure out how to get in there one way or another eventually. There we go. That's better. So whatever it is isn't going to push that in anymore. As long as it doesn't know that I can just simply pull these out. I could always do something about that too. But yeah, so just put that in and then we'll... Alrighty, so we're all done. This top side was fine. This bottom side gave me a little issue. This board here on the other side there, it wasn't in too good shape. So I put one of those things up here. But anyway, now these this is like super secure now. Just something to point out. So there have been cases where I do something like this where I don't want the door to go in, and putting a block of wood in there like that is not an option. In those cases, what I do is on the door side, so not this side, but on the door side, I take one of the fender washers, not bent, and I just screw it right next to it here so that it overlaps over here. That way the door, when it shuts, can't shut inwards too far. So I could have put one here if I wanted and one here. In this case, because we do have a backing, I don't really need to do that. So, well, that was just a quick tip.